Yeah, man. Good evening, people. Good evening, people. Good evening. This is Delvin Sadler. Aye. And today, Knowledge Base Katie and I, we present to you 5 minutes uncut. Yeah, man. It's another Friday, and it's another week for 5 minutes uncut. Knowledge Base Katie and Delvin Sadler today present to you another episode of 5 minutes uncut. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. sharp. Yes, Rasta. So we're waiting for Knowledge Base Katie to join me, and tonight we're gonna talk about this thing. This buzz. It's called carbon tax. Carbon taxes. Yeah, man. Carbon tax. What a thing. What a thing. Carbon tax. Yeah, man. So 5 minutes and cut tonight. Knowledge base Katie and Delvin Sadler. Delve deep into this. Yes, the knowledge base is here. Nine. Big up yourself, girl. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man. Nice show tonight. Nice interesting show. Because I want to hear knowledge base KT take a
YouTube video.
Yes.
car.
Yo,
Knowledge
good
base KT, where you my brother? Big up yourself.
Good night. The weather a little bit still, but I eat some pistachio,
There's a pistachio eater.
What are you?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, yeah, man. We're good, man. We're good. Basically,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
yes.
Yes, what do you think? You hear that about something about carbon tax?
Okay, all right. So basically, let's get right into the show because we don't want to waste any time. We want to get this over and done with. So there's something new, from the globalists called carbon tax. Okay, so let me first explain to the people what carbon tax is, or so they have some understanding. Carbon tax, it makes fuels more expensive, basically. It encourage utilities, business, individuals to reduce consumption and increase energy efficiency. Carbon tax makes alternative energy more cost competitive with cheaper polluted fuels such as coal, natural gas, and oil. So basically, in other words, they're gonna charge you a tax for breathing what they considered bad energy. If you intend to use bad energy or to pollute the air with bad energy, they're gonna charge you a tax on that. What says you knowledge base about carbon tax?
The carbon tax is idiotic and makes no sense.
It makes no sense. They're basically charging you for breathing.
Not only that, no one country have exclusive right over the atmosphere. The world itself is not in a vacuum. Like, if us in Ontario have a carbon tax, Ontario borders with Michigan, right?
That is correct.
If Michigan do have a carbon tax, and extension Quebec or Manitoba, the dirty here over Quebec, over Michigan, there's no restriction from that air coming over into Ontario.
That is true.
As such, you defeat the purpose of even having this tax. All you're doing is just burdening your people in your province, I guess. So it's a farce. They're just doing it to fill their pockets with tax revenue. That's all it is. So don't listen to them about any carbon tax and anything about the environment. I think you and I will be on the same topic here, same position.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know why you choose that one here tonight.
What that?
I don't know why you choose that one here tonight.
No, because the reason why is because a lot of people are gonna be paying this tax without even understanding why they're paying it. And the reason for it is not necessarily is that the energy source that you choose to use is actually bad. It's just that the other side now, want to now push their energy source, and in order to get you to now change or force you to gravitate to what they deemed as the source of choice, they're going to tax you the hell out of you and force you to actually choose that method of energy.
These people need to go to them bed and go sleep. They have no idea what they're doing. And I hope Father Ford come out of this pack. What your brother Justin is fighting it tooth and nail. So I don't know how far Father Ford can take it, but Ontario need to come out of this like ASAP. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, basically, they're not going into it, and it's just being forced upon us because they're gonna actually put it on gas. So the amount that you pump is gonna get added per liter on it. So basically, they're gonna charge you 11 cents per liter based upon the amount that you pump. Extra. You did it knowledge base? Knowledge base, you freeze up, man. Knowledge. I'm bringing back on. Let's see where knowledge base is. Yes, people. Geraldine, big up yourself. Let's get back knowledge base. Invite knowledge base. There you go. Let's invite knowledge base. Yeah, man, this is a big farce. This carbon tax thing, it's a big farce, and they're basically conning the public to make them feel as if that the air that they're breathing is not sufficient, or it's worthy, or the energy source that you use. So if you're a person that is using gas, coal, or oil, because these globalists, they're left-sided people, eh? And because they're left-sided people now, because they're left-sided people, they don't yes, let's see. They don't want you to use the source of energy that you're currently using. They're pushing wind, solar, and electric. So they want you to totally buy their electric vehicles. They want you to change out your furnace from a gas furnace to an electric furnace. They want you to know buy their hybrid vehicles. They want you to know choose solar.
Yeah, Delvin, you can,
Huh?
you can hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, you cut off for
Somebody
what? You got cut off for what?
sorry about that.
Yeah. So they want you to choose their energy source, and if you don't, they're going to tax the hell out of you until you change. So your lifestyle altogether, from top to bottom, you will have to change it or be taxed. If you drive a car, they're going to charge you 11.6 cents per liter to purchase gasoline. What do you think about that? In addition, 11.6 cents per liter you have to pay for gasoline knowledge base. What do you think of that?
I think that's ridiculous and stupid at the same time.
Because
what other, do they have? Do we have any other alternate source other than gasoline and diesel for drive a car?
Even in your house, not just gasoline.
How many electric cars are there out there for us to use? They don't give us any option. All this is a tax grab.
Not only that, knowledge base. If you have a house like you do, and you have a gas furnace, they're actually gonna charge you $20 initially per ton per ton of per ton of the fossil fuels that you use, and every year that goes up by $10 per ton.
So what other options do we have? Like how else can I heat my house? Seriously.
Well, basically, you're going to have money for buy a new furnace, knowledge base. You need to
What furnace is that now?
buy a solar panel to power your furnace, or use electric. Get an electric
So where do
furnace.
the election come from, Delvin?
It comes from water,
No, right now in the Ontario, most of the electric power come from
wind.
a nuclear plant
Oh yeah.
or hydroelectric
Mm-hmm.
power.
Mm-hmm.
So what is their point? It's just a farce. I tell you, it's just a cash grab. It doesn't make any sense. These people are a bunch of clowns, as far as I see it.
And the thing about it is that we have to do something, because in France they have something called the Yellow Vest movement, where they know where they know outsource jobs in France. So the people who are in the suburbs now must now travel to get jobs into the city. So now they raise gas prices, put the carbon tax on it. So now they have to pay more taxes, and they take away their jobs for cheaper jobs. Hence, these people protest those those hardship that have been placed upon them when they had their good jobs before, and now through this carbon tax they're now living more expensive with less paying jobs. What do you think about that?
That again, it's stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They need to get in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what about China, who is polluting like crazy?
They're
Do they have a carbon tax?
No, they don't.
And up to this?
No, they don't. They don't. You know what I mean?
So it has to be like a, 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 a a total effort. You can't have some people doing it and others not doing it. So it doesn't make any sense.
Because they can't dictate to communist government what to do, because they're not a part of their government, their globalist order. They're just using them now to for the cheap labor, because they can now dictate to their people how much you're supposed to earn, and then that goods is now supplied cheaply, and they're making tons of money on it. But other people like me and you know, who live in a democracy, who don't have who don't have dictatorship over our head, we're gonna demand more for our service, and we have to drive our car to get to work, or to do business, conduct business. We own our own house, so we have to heat our house or air condition it. This is their way of stating to us that we're going to control it whether you like it or not.
I'm telling you, it's a wicked, wicked, wicked life.
Yeah, man, it's a wicked life, of course. It's a wicked life. And they're conning people to tell you that, you know what, we're making you do this, but we're going to rebate you. We're going to rebate you more money than what you're actually spending. We're going to rebate you more money than what we're actually charge you in carbon tax. So they're saying, if for somebody in Ontario now, you're gonna be somebody in Ontario, you're gonna be per year your household is gonna be charged on average $244 of carbon tax. But but they're gonna give you back $300 of that money. So because you give them 244 and they're giving you back 300, so you're gonna net $56 for the year.
When I can guarantee you that all people are gonna get back a refund, and anybody who will make over $80,000 or even 75,000 is considered rich. They won't get it.
You and I will not.
I in it, but I can go out on a limb and tell us and everybody get it.
No.
So the people who pay, don't get back any. The people who pay get it back.
This is a way to pad their coffers, to put money into their coffers, to all these debt and social services that they're burdening their nation upon. This is a way for people to pay taxes. It's a tax. I don't know why they're trying to make it seem as if they're doing something for our benefit when all they're doing is taxing us.
It's all noble, Delvin. They're doing it for the environment. Who can fight against the environment? You tell me now.
Nobody can.
So, it's a bunch of garbage as far as I'm concerned.
Let's see what Valin has to say here. Valin is saying that it's all a head game that the power that be are playing with people. And that is true. That is damn true. You know what I mean? And if you have your government that is getting involved with these things, you need to make sure that you protest. You try to put people in power who are against these taxes, because if you don't have strong people fighting for you, you're gonna find yourself bankrupt or not even have money to even live. They just tax you, and they're telling you that they're doing something for you, but in all honesty, they're not doing shit for you.
They ain't doing crap. As I haven't seen a refund in like 100 odd years.
You don't get a refund?
Nah, I haven't seen a refund in literally about 8 years.
Whoa. And you have a big family.
Yeah, I owe money every year.
If anybody should be getting money, it's you.
Yeah, I owe them money every year.
Yeah.
Never ever see a year. I don't want to see the bill this year.
So are you prepared for their carbon tax? Because
how about it, and I can openly tell you I did not vote for them and their carbon tax. Maybe you did.
me, I don't vote liberals, my youth. I don't vote liberal.
I thought you were a liberal guy.
No, I'm conservative.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm conservative. You're crazy. No, sir. You and I work hard in the knowledge base.
Yeah, I work too hard to be giving away my money for no reason.
You just want people to take your money like that and give to people, or just to burn your money in flying plane all over the place and doing shit with your money? You want that?
Yeah, and then the sad part about it, Delvin, the people who are passing these laws, they are the biggest offenders of these so-called pollutants.
Yeah.
They drive biggest SUVs. They don't recycle. They do all sorts of things, but they'll tell you have to do it.
I'm gonna say banana stats tonight. Nigel, I said banana stats. Yeah, man, we really have some already, We really have some already. We have some more here, but when I get in depth tonight. Mother Nature rules the environment. No man has control over it. Because that is true, because the environment is a thing, a cycle, You know what I mean? At one point, a whole heap of earthquake did go on. At one point, a whole heap of tsunamis. At one time, a whole heap of storms. At one point, a whole heap of volcano erupting. You see what I mean? Everything works in cycle. And if somebody now wants to put command on the environment and saying that they are going to control the environment, then basically, them are make themselves like them are God. Them are not God, or them are not, they're not controllers of the element. Yes, we want clean energy and we want to breathe clean energy. But my God, they're brutalizing civilization with these taxes.
It's just some guy sit somewhere and say, yeah, we can charge them some tax on this because we're running out of options with respect to how to get tax revenue.
And not only
so,
I mean, they rack up. They don't think about cutting government or cutting certain services that are not necessary. You know what I mean? They don't think about these things. I mean, why can't that be an option? Or why can't you try to actually work with what we have. You see what I mean? I remember in growing up in Jamaica in the 80s and the 70s, we used to see a lot of smog over the place and all of that. But since they started talking about the smog depleting the ozone layers and all of that thing, even in Canada here, you know what I mean? The cars has become more full,
Fuel efficient.
fuel efficient. People are making conscious effort not to be burning things, and people are recycling and all of these things. What the heck are they trying to bring in now with this carbon taxes that that is actually gonna be better for you?
How is it better? All right. Say I'm the biggest offender. What do they do with the money when I offend?
Yes. Yeah, why do you have to take the money and then say you're gonna give it back to me? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not like you can use money to clean up the environment. I guess you could, but it's kind of a farce. Like, if the atmosphere is dirty or the air is dirty, I don't know what you can do but wait until it clean up itself.
Now, basically, what they're gonna say is that, when you can prove that you have now changed, that means you're not in demand. You're not demanding. You're not using so much. You're not burning so much carbon anymore. You are now changed to a more fuel efficient thing. Then you're not charged. And if you're not charged, then we have done our job. So basically, they're policing you.
Mm-hmm. But everything in the environment counter itself. Every single element is needed. So carbon is needed, oxygen is needed, nitrogen is needed. So what they're saying does not make any sense.
Knowledge base. The bottom line is that they want to sell more of their alternative energy source that they have. They want to sell more, and
What
by
unicorn fart energy?
yes, yeah, and by hook or crook, you are going to buy it.
You know how much windmill it would take for power the city, or how much solar panel it would take to power even my house?
Yeah, yeah, and
Us don't have a proper battery to store the power. So what are they trying to say? Like, they're going down a road they haven't even mastered yet.
so gas stations gonna have to close.
Huh?
Gas stations are gonna have to close shop and start open up charging station.
These guys are idiots.
Charging station, basically. Yeah, charging station they're gonna have to open up. What about airplanes? How come airplanes are gonna fly now?
Battery power.
Battery power.
Mm.
So it will charge fast enough to get that power source to power it. Power airplane.
I must.
Because from what I know, go ahead.
They must know what they do. As far as I know, a jet fuel running, but
Right.
you can imagine how expensive those tickets will be, even if they get the technology.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fly.
All right, let's see what Valen has to say. In a nutshell, it's all about greed and down pressing the citizens of the country. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Imagine a mother of four, a single mother of four, that just that can hardly afford a car now, and she buy a little shit box, right? Knowledge base. Buy a little shit box to transport her and her three picking them, drop them at daycare, pick them up, and go to work and come back. And she just have enough money to pay the insurance, buy the gas, and buy food and pay her rent. And now you're going to charge her this tax, right? So
It's
because two things is gonna
So
happen.
have
If she is renting, the building is going to now raise our rent, right? Because the building have heat. They're gonna raise our rent. She's gonna have to pay more for gas, and the companies are now going to raise food. Cost of living is gonna go up substantially,
mm-hmm.
and they're gonna rebate you $244 per person.
This is preposterous.
That is ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. Let's see what Nigel has to say. Nigel is saying, back then we had more trees. As the population grows, more land is needed for housing, um, cemeteries, and roads. So we lost the fog, the mist. See that? So that's another point too. No,
Uh-huh.
we have less trees now, and that is probably one of the contributing factor, because the fog and the mist come with water, rain. So there's no less rain, hence less trees.
But in the case of Canada, we have more trees than people in this country. So what's their point?
We're planting trees like crazy. I'm talking about in the Caribbean and stuff like that.
And also, like in Canada, once you step even in southern Ontario, most of Ontario is just wetland and greenery.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, but around us, knowledge base, they
Besides
keep
Florida, in northern Ontario.
what he's saying is around us. There's no land to me even make make a house now. Everything is used up as far as building concrete and all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
That away must say really. So no trees around us like it used to be. One time when we got Brampton, a peer farmland out there.
Yeah.
You go to Brampton now, you have to go deep Brampton to see those kind of lands.
No, that doesn't exist in Brampton. You have to go into Caledon.
Caledon, yes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that a whole heap of tree get cut down in them place there.
It wasn't really trees up here, really.
A whole heap of farmland
Farm.
out there.
Yeah.
A whole heap of farmland. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
one time when you drive.
environment. I'm just saying what the yin yang, what they're trying to do, it does not make any sense.
Yeah, the tax is not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
The what is it called? The big green deal, as so the woman call her thing in the US.
Oh, the big green deal. Yeah, green
You read up on it?
energy. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I read on some of it, and I've been following some of the commentaries online. That is just absolutely ridiculous what she's trying to do. You know what I mean?
She wants to ruin the United States. That's what she wants to do. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I mean, that will never get anywhere though. That
Well, you have some crazy wingnut people here.
I mean, who's gonna vote for that right across the country for that to take place?
You never know.
I mean, maybe not 50 years from now that is possible. That not currently. Not currently. Yeah, man. Somebody has to pay those plane tickets. Yeah, straight up. So knowledge base. So what do you think is the counter to this carbon tax? How can we counter this?
Put in more conservative members into government and get some more people power and tell them we don't want it. They're trying to force it down our throats and say you have to do it.
So,
we don't have to do it.
So we need to vote out Justin next year then.
Not only Justin and anybody
and his liberal cronies.
Yeah, vote them out.
So liberalism basically they're going to they're being too
They're
rogue. They're too rogue.
They've gone far rogue, and there's an underlying underbelly. How do I say this
A
without
deep state.
deep state? There's a one government, one
Yeah.
order that's out there,
Mhm.
and this is one of their agendas.
Big time.
So it's just a way of controlling you. So they want to create a world where you can't run from anything. So once they say carbon tax, everybody have to pay. So right now, them are try it in North America because we have things like NATO and all these things. You see all these G8 and G7. That's all them talk about at these conferences, you know.
Or to take money out of your
So
pocket.
yeah, and them join up and decide what them are gonna do with them confederate. So anytime you see them join up in a federation, watch out.
So you
Yeah,
sound like a populist like myself, knowledge base, a nationalist populist like myself.
no,
You
it
started to
might
sound like me knowledge base. What happened?
no. It might sound that way, but there's a counterbalance. I know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is something I do not support. It doesn't benefit the people.
No.
Governments are put in place to govern the people who put them into power.
Mm-hmm.
If their policies are not in line with what the people want, then they should be removed. But you have these people, some of them, they think that what they say is what the people should say. And it's the other way around.
And they bully you too.
What the people say the
Yeah.
government should say.
They try to force it down your throat that if you don't accept it now, they're against you. You know, straight up. Valen is saying, for example, there used to be full parks, and now it's divided as part of it is now built up with house. I am talking about downtown parks. They did not think about how it would impact on the environment. So she's saying that there used to be parks downtown. Now it's all about big buildings and all of these things, getting rid of parks and stuff like that. And she's saying that you're right with regard to what you just said a while ago. So would this carbon tax change society's behavior as far as how they live?
No. People are just going to do whatever they feel like doing. Plus, I'm going to take the most efficient way to get around. If I buy a car, I can't afford a Tesla car. And even if I do get a Tesla car, where do you think the energy come from where you plug it in?
You're gonna have to pay for that.
No, but what is powering it right now? Nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy, yes.
So what are they saying? It's not like they have advanced the technology with the wind and the next one name solar. And then in places like Canada, how much daylight of sunlight do we get in the wintertime? So what they're saying does not make any sense. Like, come again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the cheapest way to power things right now is through fossil fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway they want to twist it, turn it, and where them think fossil fuel come from? Now the earth.
Well, may I try it?
It's a environment.
Another thing is that cost of living is going up and up and up and up every year. And they keep taxing us more and more and more every year. Go ahead.
Another thing is, as it relates to Canada and staying home in Canada, this is contrary to our economic advancement.
Mm-hmm.
We are a surplus producer of gas or petroleum.
Yes.
Right? Or the staple that creates it.
Oil.
Which is the oil.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a two province that is rearing to go to sell our product. And because of our policies, it's holding back our economic advancement of our country.
You know what it is, though?
That's the reason why we're not doing that well right now. Because when the former prime minister was in power, he cut all the red tapes and the country was booming. Alberta could get their oil out the market. Look how long they've been stalling with this pipeline. It doesn't make any sense. That's another topic we need to talk about. Like, we need to decide what we're doing. Do we want a future for our, them talk about the environment and future for our children. Do we want to leave something in the bank for our children?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or do we want to ruin our children's future by leaving nothing in the bank for them because we don't want to sell our product that we have? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to decide. Don't be stupid. You know, and that's what happened when you leave a drama teacher for run your country.
According to the CBC, Trudeau said that in an interview on the morning show that he believed Canadians understand that swift action is needed to address climate change, pointing to this past summer, the heat waves, the floods, the wildfires are clear evidence to him that we are in a crisis. And he also mentioned that a recent UN report warns that there are only 12 years left to avoid the worst catastrophes effect of climate change. Therefore, he must implement this immediately in order to curb a nation that is doing so much damage to the environment. We must curb our life and now choose alternate source energy instead of the ones that we are using right now.
Delvin, that's just verbal diarrhea. What they're saying doesn't make any sense.
Because I'm
What
not
exactly
supporting it and you're not supporting it. So who is he talking about that is supporting being taxed?
Because there's a global agenda and these are the people that he represents. The elites of the world who wants to control. And that's what he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
He's working for these, not working for me, are you?
No.
We'll put him into power. So the earlier we get things in order, the easier it will be for us in the future.
So
anyhow, Delvin, we soon have to go in now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go shortly, but before we wrap up the show, so what we just want to tell people is this. I mean, if you have a government that is actually pushing these agendas, what we need to do is to let them know that we won't stand for it and we go out and vote them out. That is
straight vote. That's the only way.
That is the solution, is to vote them out. You cannot say
go
that you are a liberal and then you're gonna let these people do these things to you. No, you have to look at what's best for you and your family. And if what's best for you and your family is to keep your money in your pocket and save your money, not to be giving these people your money. Hence, you have to vote them out of power. What do you say, knowledge base?
I'm with you 100%. Protect your children's future.
Yeah, man.
Leave something in there. Anyhow, so I have to run. It was nice. The show nice tonight. I like the topic. I hope we get some more people to come on and actually participate, because these things are very educational and these are the types of things we need to work on and talk about.
All right. So we want to thank you for joining Knowledge Base tonight on 5 Minutes and Cut. So we're here every Friday. So make sure you tell a friend about it and share the shows. Please and thank you. So until next time, tell the people then bye-bye, Knowledge Base.
Yes, straight knowledge base. Under the weather tonight, so next week I should have more energy.
All right. Good night.
So let's get into to sex and education. Sexual education next week.
All right.
Education class.
All right.
Walk our class last.
All right.
Straight.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.